Right now we have a very special guest. He won 2 Grammys for the Miami Vice theme. He was in the Mahavishnu Orchestra, which back in the 70s kind of invented the whole jazz rock thing. Played with Beck and Sarah Vaughan and who else? Mick Jagger. I'll let him tell us. You probably, if you're watching FX, best know him for his work on Miami Vice. Please welcome Jan Hammer. How you doing? By the way, before we get started, how did Maddie's tune rate from one composer to another?
It was perfect for what was needed.
This is going to be a good interview. Very. Maddie's going to frame that one. All right, tell us about the Miami Vice gig and how it came to you. It's kind of an interesting story.
It was being in the right place at the right time. You know, the classic example. I had some time to kill, and through a mutual friend, I got introduced to Michael Mann, who was getting ready to produce the show. It was way before you know even went on the air, and he was interested in changing the direction of TV music. You know, it was not that he said it in that many words, but I got that feeling, you know, that he was ready to take a giant leap into the future.
And he's always been a director who comes out with a real strong vision.
You know, it's going to sound totally different. You know, it's not going to be the usual. And as we were talking, you know, what would sound good, and I had a cassette in my pocket. And I said, well, listen to this. This could be cool. What do you think about that? And he loved it. And so we said, OK, I'm going to be doing the music then. Everything's fine. So I started writing themes. And after I wrote 3 or 4 different themes, we ended up returning to the thing that I played him from the cassette that was written before I even met him. And
to put that into perspective, has that ever happened to your recollection before?
Not to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredibly rare.
Yeah, it was an incredible stroke of luck that the music really clicked that well with him, and then with the visuals, and you know, and became a worldwide.
Yeah, it went on to become a #1 hit, and MTV, I remember playing. In fact, I think let's roll a little. We have a little video. I think even that may star you because you're in it. There he is.
Oh, there we go.
Looking a little 80s. Sort of Miami Vice.
Of course.
What do you remember back about this time?
It was, it made my head spin, pretty much. It was like, you know, winning a lottery, gold medal at the Olympics.
Wow.
Things just came so fast, so far, way beyond anything I ever dreamed about, you know.
And you ended up doing, was it 92?
Yeah, just about, yeah.
Which really is almost the equivalent of 92 films in a way, because these scores were.
Yeah, we were. It was like an unsaid, unspoken thing, but we definitely tried to come up with something totally original each week. It was a different look, a different feel, and the music definitely had its own new design for each week.
Do you have a favorite episode that you remember?
I think it would have to be from the end of first year. There was a show called Evan about Sonny's friend, and it's very dramatic. Dramatic episode, and there was the one that was nominated for an Emmy in 1985. I
think, and tell me when we play this after we do it. I think that's the clip we have is from Evan. It's a really subtle, very dramatic. We thought it might be a good example of what you do.
Great. Let's have a look.
All right, take a look at this.
Lieutenant, I'd like to talk to you alone, please. I'd like off this one, please.
Why?
I just do. And I think I'm entitled to a little slack without having to go through confessional.
I don't.
There, ooh, that little sting right there. That's a telltale. You did all this yourself?
As
on
far
synthesizers?
And other instruments, drums, piano, you name it, even some guitar here and there. But it was, I think, was the first show where the music was treated as another character. It was allowed to, you know, go into forefront and just, you know, play on equal footing.
Something a little bit different I just want to talk about, because I've been listening to this. Your newest album hooks you back up again with Jeff Beck. Right?
Oh yeah. Well, we, you know, over the years, every couple of years we get together. So I was doing a new solo album, and so I got hold of Jeff, and he plays on a few tracks on this.
It's called Drive, and Peaceful Sundown and Curiosity Kills. Just want to let you know and the CD's not even in here because I've been listening to it all day.
Good for you.
And it's not going home. It's going home with me. So it doesn't matter who has the case. Jan, thanks very much for stopping by.
It's great.
It's been a real honor for us.
Pleasure.
You made Matty Auerbach and Alvin Sadar's day, by the way.
All right.
Jan Hammer, everybody. You can check out Miami Vice and hear some of Jan's work right here on FX every day, 9 o'clock and midnight. Couldn't be a better time. Midnight, hear a little of that cranking up. Don Johnson strutting through. Margaret Kundrat with a nice Fire Marshal Bill. Up next week, we're going to have another guest in here from Mission Impossible, Linda Day. But right after the break, a little more Miami Vice. We will have our own bio to Don Johnson with a real Don Johnson look-alike right after this.